Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I have another layout using scraps from my Neverland March kit, and I had the Tink add-on and I had the additional papers, so I had 26 sheets of papers and not a lot of embellishments, so I did pull a lot of stuff from my own stash so that I could use up the papers. And so the papers that are on my desk right now are all leftovers from the kit. And that paper just was kind of jagged on the side, so I just kind of cut it off, and I cut that piece of paper there, but I don't believe I use it. I just put a whole bunch of scraps on my desk and I basically use them the size that they were. I just kind of put one that was vertical and then the other ones in the size that they were, and kind of built a cluster. And I've been trying to use my stamps more on my layouts. So this is a stamp from Christy Tomlinson, and it's from the She Art collection, and it's a chevron, and I really like it. It's really nice. So I'm just gonna stamp it at the top and the bottom, and basically what it's doing, it's kind of framing the whole layout. I'm not putting it at the very top or at the very bottom. I'm leaving an edge. And it's just that those papers that I have in the middle kind of have something to sit on. And I'm using my Fiskars press. And I use it whenever I think about it. I like it, but I still like my stamping blocks still. Like there's a lot of times, because it's on little foamy legs. So when you push down, it kind of wiggles back and forth. So if I want something and I want it precise and over and over, I just use my regular stamp block. So this, what I'm doing right here, I just wanted, I don't know, just something to kind of break up the pattern paper. So I have those Hero Arts daubers, and I opened it up just to look at it. I wasn't going to use it on this layout, but just before I opened it up, and when I looked at the top, I'm like, that's a perfect little circle. So I just used it the way it was and just kind of made circles, randomly all over the page. And I'm going to add some more because some of them are kind of hidden and you won't see them once I glue my page down. I kind of put some in the middle there, but then I'm going to end up covering that anyway. So I took a piece of, it was from the Amy Tangerine from the paper pad. And it was just 4x6 sheets, and I used that. So I'm going to put my journaling on that. And then I just kind of wanted to add kind of a splash of color. And I wanted to bring in some green. Green is my favorite color, and I have not been using it a lot lately. So I'm actually going to end up matting my photo with those green stars, that green star paper. And at first, I think I'm going to go red, and then I'm even going to go as far as gluing it down. Like you're going to see me glue it down with, what's it called? Scotch quick dry adhesive. And then even go through the trouble of, cutting a new one out and all this stuff. And then when I decide to go, because to me right now, red and green kind of reminded me too much of Christmas, even though there was brown on the page, it was too much. So once I decided that I was going to use, and I didn't have enough to mat the whole photo. So what I did was, and I kind of lost my train of thought there. I kind of went from one thing to another. But once I decided to go green, I decided I didn't want to go red anymore because it was going to be too Christmassy. But if you saw, like I don't have enough of that green arrow to match the whole pattern, like the whole photo. So I kind of matted half with the green, and then the yellow that was already down, I'm going to use that as the rest of the mat. So the photo is going to be kind of matted with two different colors, a yellow and a green. And then I decided to use those thickers from American Craft, and they're called Bingo Chip, and they're green and they're foam, and I really like them. And this was when we were in New York. It was so stinking hot. Like it was just like we couldn't even stand each other just because, I mean, we're from Canada and we don't get all, I mean, we get a summer, don't get me wrong. Like people that think that it doesn't get hot here, it does. But it's, we don't get a lot of it. It doesn't stay long. Like we don't have months and months and months and months and months of it being hot. So we're not used to that, you know, the weather being that hot for, like, we were there a week and it was hot for a whole week. Like we'll get 2 or 3 days or even 4 days hot, and then we'll have a cool day. And I don't mean cold, I mean cool, that you're not feeling like you're dying. So we kind of had stopped at the library, and I was kind of just to use the bathroom, and then we kind of visited and the New York Public Library, and I kind of leaned back against the wall, and it was so cool. So I turned around and I put my forehead on the wall, and my daughter's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, it's just so cool." So she comes over and kind of leans in and puts her forehead on, you know, on the wall. And then my son comes over, and my husband had to take a picture. He took one of me alone, and then, you know, then me and her, and then me, her, and him. And the funny thing is about 5 minutes later, the security guard came over, and he's like, "Is everything okay?" And I started to laugh. I said, "Oh, you saw us with our heads up against the wall." I said, "It was just so cool." And he just laughed. And it was just kind of funny that they came and kind of checked on us to see if everything was okay. So I want to put that in the story there for the journaling. And I wanted to use that camera that was in the Amy Tangerine rub-on, and that tool here. I love those tools. They have bone folders, and this is a rub-on tool. They're not cheap. I'll tell you one thing, they're not cheap. Like I think that rub-on tool, I paid like $18 for it, but it works really, really well. And then my my bone folder, it's really good too, and that's what I think I paid for it too. It's like $16 or $19, but it's really nice and heavy, and it's made for bookmaking is what it is. And so it works really well. And I think it's bonefolder.com you can get them at, but I also got it at Scrabadabadoo. That's where I got mine. Because bonefolder.com to ship to Canada is ridiculous, so I just got it there. And I think Scrabadabadoo still has it in stock. So Scrabadabadoo, like, yeah, you know, like it sounds, literally. If you type it in, like it sounds, that's what it is. And they're really good with shipping and everything. And then this is where I decided that I was going to go with green. And I went through my stuff, and I found tags from my digital kits, and I got everything green. And I even went, and then I thought, that's perfect, because the only enamel dots that I have left from the kit are green. So then I'm going to be able to use them on this page on the Amy Tangerine sticker sheets, which, man, I'm going through those like butter. Like it's just, I don't think I'm going to have too many left once I'm done with this kit. And I found this other sticker that said this was awesome, and there was a big empty space on the photo, and I don't mind gluing stuff on the photo. I'm okay with that. And this is where I'm going to glue everything right on top of the red label. I didn't even try to pull it off because I knew it was just going to make a big mess anyway. And I just put one of the tags says right now, happiness right here, and I'm going to put some foam tape in behind that, and that's the Scotch 3M tape. And I guess it can be found at Staples and at Custom Crops. And I just checked, and at Custom Crops, it's now $41. So it's quite a bit. And then I decided to put some brown twine, only because the page does have some brown tones too. So I didn't want to go all green. I wanted it to have two tones. So I went with the brown. And then I took out 3 potty people, 2 girls and a boy, and I put them in the order that we were up against the wall. So my son, me, and my daughter. And then I took out some wood veneer hearts. And I was looking at that washi tape, and I put it down and everything. And it's because, again, I wanted to add some brown, but it was way too too dark. So I'm just going to pull it off. I'm not going to throw it out. It's actually still glued on still to my sewing machine, so I will eventually use it. So while I'm gluing all that down, I'm just going to say that this is layout 50 out of 50 for the Facebook challenge. So yay for me, I did it. And this page was actually done quite a few days ago. It was like 4 or 5 days ago. So I've already put in my orders, what I wanted to order, and it's on its way. So as soon as it comes in, and I'll wait till everything is in. I did like 2, because I wanted stuff from different places. One place didn't have everything. So once everything is in, I'll do one haul for everything. And it should come in approximately at the same time. And just to let you know, in Canada, it's going to take at least 3 weeks to get here. So you won't be seeing that haul anytime soon. So I decided to use that green washi tape instead. And I find that coordinates much better. And this layout took me 56 minutes. And this is actually my 24th layout with the merch kit. And I already have 2 other pages done, so I'm already up to 26, and I have ideas for one more. And I keep saying one more, but one more, and I think I'm going to do it tonight. So I think tomorrow I'm going to upload my process video for what I do with a new kit, how I'm going to put my pattern papers together, because I had a lot of comments on how people really enjoyed that. And even before I put it up, and actually the girl put her comment up, and she said when she went to like my list of videos, it was there. So I hadn't even seen her comment, and I had already uploaded. So she was happy that I had done it. She was asking if I could do a process video, with my new kit with the paper. So I think I'm going to keep doing that, because it's only, it doesn't take long to do. And for people that are interested to see how I'm going to put the papers together, they can have a look. So I went through. These are some circle or imperfect circles that came from Studio Calico, and I don't even know which collection. I think it was Sundrifter. It came out at the same time, because they had a few collections that came out at the same time, but it was during the Sundrifter release. And I'm just going to do kind of a ball thing with the twine, and I'm just going to add some big glob of quick dry adhesive so it glues, and then I'm going to put those imperfect circles in the middle just for something different. And one of them says good time, the other one is it has a number 3 for the 3 of us, and then I'm going to add another one, and it's just going to have a little asterisk in the middle, just because I didn't know what else to put. So that's what I put next to this was awesome, because I wanted kind of something in that corner. So I looked for a bigger one, and then I took an extra one out, and and it's the word love, and I'm going to glue that down, and I'm going to put a little wood veneer heart right beside it. And this is where I used some of my green enamel dots, and I'm just about done. And I'm going to do a Kill-A-Kit video too once I'm done the pages, and I'm going to show you all the pages together. And another thing I did was on my YouTube channel, I have a section that's for scrapbook process videos, but I also have a section, I'm dividing my videos per kit. So there's one for front row, there's one for Neverland, and then the next kit I'll have one. So it's the same one that is in the general scrapbook process video. But if you knew that I had done a page with front row, you don't have to go through all my videos to try to find it. You can just go to front row. So I thought I would put that together. So I'm going to keep doing that. And then I took out my Studio Calico box that I keep for inking out my projects, and I covered the photo, and I used a glimmer glaze and a Mr. Huey. 2 Mr. Hueys, 2 different types of green, a light green and a dark green. And also I upload my pages 3 places: at the Facebook challenge, and I'll put a link down below if you want to join us, at 2 Peas in a Bucket, and at Studio Calico. And my username is NicoleJones911, so you can just go look at the photos there of the completed layouts. So that's it. The page is done. So thanks for watching. Bye.